Oh Heavens on the Go, Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. Topic: Live as One, Part 3. Memory verse, Mark 10:8. And they twain shall be one flesh. So then, they are no more twain, but one flesh. Bible reading, Deuteronomy 6:6-8. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. The message. I'll conclude my discussion on this topic by stating that God wants His children to enjoy their marriages, as we see in today's memory verse. However, for this to happen, they must cleave to their spouses. When you want to glue two objects, they must be in close proximity. When couples live in different states or countries for a long period of time, their children are usually affected negatively and may end up being raised by only one parent or other people. God instructed parents to train their children, Proverbs 22:6, and this cannot be effectively done virtually or by proxy. Parents' physical presence greatly impacts the quality of training and also strengthens the bond between them and their children. When both parents live in the same house with their children, it is easier for the couple to monitor and correct them as required. Zeruiah's story is one of the most pathetic accounts about families in the Bible. Zeruiah was David's sister, and she had 3 sons: Joab, Abishai, and Asahel. Throughout the Bible, I observed that there was no mention of their father, 1 Chronicles 2:16, and I'm inclined to think that this was because he was not as involved in the family as a good father should be. Although the boys grew up to become mighty men, they exhibited weaknesses that became their undoing. Asahel was a swift runner, and at one time he ran until he was killed. 2 Samuel 2:12-32. Joab's hot temper made him go against his boss and uncle, David, until David placed a curse on him. 2 Samuel 3:26-29. Abishai was rash in his attempt to kill God's anointed, Saul, and David had to caution him. 1 Samuel 26:5-12. Another person in the Bible whose children didn't turn out well was Eli. In my studies, I observed that there was no mention of his wife's role in raising their children. So, I was not surprised that they became sons of Belial. 1 Samuel 2:12. Living in different locations might be unavoidable for married couples sometimes, but this should only be for short periods of time. Single parenting is highly challenging, and I pray that God will give all single parents the strength and wisdom to raise their children according to His will. When both parents are alive and well, it is important that they work together to raise their children in the way of the Lord. Key point: it is important for all parents to be actively involved in raising their children in the way of the Lord. Bible reading in 1 year, Psalm 34 to 37. Hymn for today, Guide me, O thou great Jehovah. The Open Heavens is written by Pastor E.A Adeboye, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. God bless you.